my. I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth. Good. The unsilent majority. The unsilent majority. Oh my. I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth. Good. The unsilent majority. Oh my. I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth. Good. The unsilent majority. Oh my. I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth. Good. The unsilent majority.
What's up, guys? Unsilent Majority TV, back again with another video. Today I want to cover this worldview. They want to take people to the edge of space, huh? I see this particular program as a direct response against flat earth research, against the questioning of the ball earth fraud. Okay, check this out. Wait till you see this. I looked at this program. They've been talking about this for a while. This was published October 2013. They were talking about this. They want to take you up in this capsule. All right, $75,000 to give you an outer space view. So they've been talking about this for a while. Okay. Now, I saw a Mashable video today, and it decided, hey man, I got to cover this because I could see a response. To me, this was like a direct response to all of our efforts. So check this out. Wait till you see this, man.
10, 9, we have ignition sequence start. Engines on. 5, 4, 3, 2. All engines.
Human reaction for the first time we do everything is always amazement. The whole planet stops and everybody gazes upward. It was like that when John Glenn flew the first moonshots. They got everybody's attention. Apollo 11 was amazing. Apollo 12, some people watched. And from Apollo 14, 15 through 17, I bet you nobody can remember who they even were that flew. I think what happens is the public has an initial peak of interest in anything that has to do with space exploration, but then it seems to get old hat very quickly, and then they're no longer as excited about it, which is unfortunate.
How one trip to space will change you and the world. So,
I've been told that when you see the Earth floating as a ball in space with the atmosphere being literally a thin...
Are you guys impressed by this? By this fraud? By this fisheye? CGI? Look at this, man. Look at this. Just look at that fraud. The usual fraud that we always get from NASA, right? Look at this.
Blue line. You really get an appreciation for how much you got to take care of.
Look at, ooh,
and you don't get that when
color
you're down
now. Look
here.
at it.
But when you step back and you see the Earth in perspective and you see how tiny it is and how fragile it is, we start to think more globally and in a more humane way.
One of the things that the Apollo era did,
Why to
especially
think globally, guys. Yeah, look at this. Look at that little Earth compared to what we got from the fraud that was the epic footage. The moon transiting the Earth, right? Little tiny Earth. And you're supposedly on the surface of the moon, right?
This photo was it showed people our Earth, a globe, without borders on it. That was a really new idea.
A globe without borders on it. The whole idea of the globe was to put a fence around everybody, basically a prison wall, and tell you everything's been explored and make you feel insignificant. They're going to watch this video, guys. They're going to go ahead and they're going to reconfirm. They're trying to reestablish all of that in this one little video. Watch.
Right after that photo came back, we had the Clean Air Act, and we had the Clean Water Act, and we had Doctors Without Borders. What would the Earth have been like now if we without borders? What would the Earth have been like if we had doctors without...
They want you to think this is real, guys. Look at this. Nothing but paintings. Look at this. Look at all this, man. Nothing but a painting that you're looking at right here. You live on a painting, they're telling you here. Fake curvature.
Borders. What would the Earth have been like now if we didn't have that insight? We're at a time now when a little over 500 people have actually gone to space and can tell you about it. I want to get to a time when 50,000 people have gone to space. It's going to be something that we all see as possible.
Yeah. So you want to stick some flat Earth researchers inside of this thing, huh? With these fisheye windows and tell you that you see curvature. Watch this.
There are a lot of millennials that are very inspired and feel like the commercial space industry really is their Apollo moment. This is their opportunity to build this sort of next
I bet you there's a bunch of ballers that are all excited to jump in that thing, huh?
Generation of space travel. I think within our lifetime, we'll see
some fisheye curvature, man. Look at this. That's what I see.
Humanity put settlements on the moon. We'll absolutely see humans touch down on Mars in our lifetime. There's no doubt in my mind.
Oh, really? You know they're going to pump out some fraud here shortly, right? More fraud like they did with the moon landings. Mars is next, more fraud. We know that's coming. What about these chemtrails? Why don't you tell the people about that? I see some of that. I see that going on. I wonder if this guy knows about this. Look at all these people out here. And these are just normal guys. No problem.
You'll see a very robust, sort of low Earth orbit economy that's happening with human space travel. And that's something I'm looking forward to helping build.
Oh, yeah.
People call Worldview a perspective company. We're putting the Earth in a new perspective.
Check this out. Here's your Easter egg. Look at that. Look at that little sun. Sun coming at, going, circling above the stationary flat plane. Just like all the video footage that we have showing the sun real little, and people say, "I've never seen the sun looking like that." Coming on the video saying that that's impossible. I've seen that happen with my own eyes, man. I've seen it. I've seen it set and get tinier and smaller and smaller and smaller as it goes away. People say, "Oh, it's just a camera." No, it's not. Right after this dude says the word perspective, watch this. Putting the Earth in a new perspective. Yeah, well, that's what we're doing as flat Earth researchers. Calling out the NASA fraud. We're teaching people what perspective is so they can learn and figure out that they've been lied to about where they live.
You can see these three telephone poles are the same height. You see here the one nearest appears taller and the one furthest appears smaller to the point where you can't see them anymore and they appear to disappear. Again, this is called the vanishing point. Now, taking a look at these real life telephone poles, the same deal. These are all the same height, but due to perspective, one furthest away appears shorter when they're not. They're all the same height. Now, if you go down the line, the one furthest away appears to lose its legs, basically. You just see the top portion. That's the exact same thing that happens to the sun. This location here. Same exact thing. Now, taking a look at this time lapse from South Africa. Basically the same thing. You're going to see how the sun is moving and the earth is still stationary, fixed, like the Bible states. Clear as day. Take a look. And again, much smaller than we're told and much closer. Everything is within the firmament. No way this sun is 93 million miles away and this would happen. And obviously much smaller than we're told as well. Again, this is how they work on opposites. When you work off opposites, when you tell someone, for example, something is A, when in actuality it's Z, it's too far for the human mind to accept. This is what they have done to the masses from generation to generation. Understand, 500 years ago, people believed the earth was flat. If you told them you were living on a ball, you would be ridiculed, made fun of. This is how society is controlled, the sheep mentality.
Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning, and it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere, it's oblate, and officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped.
How do you like it? They tell you all the time what to do, what to think, what to feel. Do you want to be like a sheep? Like all those other people, man? Do you understand? That piece of shit up there, I never like him. I never trust her here.
Earth in a new perspective.
Unbelievable.
We're developing a capsule that will take space tourists to the edge of space. You'll get in a capsule and slowly ascend with 5 other passengers and 2 crew up to 100,000 feet.
100,000 feet? Well, we don't need to get in your capsule. We've already sent balloons up with normal lenses on them, and there's no curvature. No curvature to be found. Not only that, we've done observations on the ground, 100 miles out and 100 plus miles or more in many cases. Okay, finding mountains, cities, okay, when the conditions are right, because the atmosphere plays a big role, and then all these chemtrails are spraying and everything else, making it more difficult to see. You know, the P900 footage that we have, countless observations, zero curvature, ground-based observations. Right? And then we send up these balloon footage like the one you see behind me and others. Zero curvature when a normal lens is filming the horizon line. The horizon line always rises to meet your eye. Okay, so you're going to sit here. They're going to sit here and tell everybody that they're going to send you up 100,000 feet in this thing and you're going to see curvature, right? That's what they want the people to believe.
We'll stay for a few hours, seeing the curvature of the Earth and the thin atmosphere and the blackness of space. That
you're going to see the curvature of the Earth.
Thin atmosphere and the blackness of space. It's meant to be a very accessible experience.
Yeah.
When the astronaut corps was first announced back in the 1960s, the entire country became electric. You could dream about potentially being one of the initial 7 astronauts.
Bet there's a bunch of ballers out there getting all excited about this right now. Right about now, they're getting in line to line up to go up there. And then they're going to try and make some videos and stick them on YouTube and say, look, flat earthers, we've gone up in worldview, and here's your curvature. Yeah, because you'd be looking through those fisheye windows. We see it. We see the fraud ahead of time. We call it before it happens. This video is going out way ahead of time, so when the first baller goes up, and tries to say he's seen the curvature from worldview. Well, we've seen the little windows on your worldview, okay, on your little capsule. This whole thing is just, it's like mockery, man. It's like the balloon programs, the Antarctic balloon programs, all those videos that Robert Brisano put out that I mirrored here, and just the ballooning on the rise. Just go back and look for all the videos. How they were sending up the 8,000-pound satellites, and they're supposed to be going up on rockets, and then scooping them up when they come back down, and all of that stuff, man. Just go look at all that. Then they have the nerve to sit here and get a program like this going so they can send people up. I guarantee they're hoping to send a few gullible people up there that will, come back down, and start promoting that there is curvature and everything else. It's just disgusting, man. The whole thing. Absolutely
if I were to go up in the Worldview flight, the flight itself would be 10 times longer than the first suborbital flight. It's just a wonderful gift that Worldview and other companies, I think, are giving to us to be able to have that experience.
Unbelievable.
The concern that some people express is if everybody can go to space, it will become sort of cliche. It won't be that meaningful. I think that
my concern is none of it means anything, okay? Because you're going to send up a capsule with fisheye lens. Like I said, we've already got normal lenses filming at 121,000 feet, and there's zero curvature. And then all the other observations proving zero curvature. What we want from NASA is full disclosure. Where's the footage of the baller spinning? One complete spin with the clouds moving and morphing. Where's that at? Nothing is being done. All they want to do is just keep finding any way they can, pump the fraud out as long as they can. Okay? So I'm calling this fraud out ahead of time before the first person goes up. Ballers that are so invested in the lie and just can't live without their precious spinning ball and NASA and everything they've been lied to about. They want to believe that curvature is there. Okay, I have had comments on my channel. People have said that if NASA themselves came out and the government told them that the Earth is not a ball, that they would refuse to believe them. So yeah, there's some ballers out there, some hardcore ones that are so invested in that fraud. They can't live with themselves. They can't live with themselves. They can't continue their lives if the ballers don't exist, man. Talk about some hardcore, serious brainwashing, some damage that has been done from this lie. I don't know what else to say, man.
Meaningful. I think that the experience of going to space and seeing the Earth in that context is phenomenally important part of everyone's education.
I think telling people the truth is phenomenally important. I think people knowing where they live for the first time in their lives is very, very important. I think full exploration of the surface upon which we stand is very important. This fisheye BS right here, launching people up 100,000 feet when I know that a normal lens at 121,000 feet up in the air is not going to show any curvature. This is not doing anything for me. It's not going to fool me. It might fool some ballers, like I said. Okay, that some people that are in line to run up, to hurry up and go up there. What is this, 666 on this logo? You know what I mean? Orange. Look at this, orange. I had to get your orange, you're 33. Okay? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The mockery never ceases to amaze me, guys. Never.
We make space more and more accessible to the general public. More and more people get.
Look at this. Look at this curvature over here. You can see this thing bending. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this contraption bending. They're looking down on this with a GoPro fisheye lens. Okay, and look at this fake curvature, man. The fraud they know that wherever this thing is at, if it's up 100,000 feet or whatever, just like in my balloon footage here, zero curvature. Zero. Okay? They know that that's exactly what they're seeing. Something similar to what you see behind me here. It's exactly what they're seeing. And they're using fisheye to deceive the people, deceive everyone. This fraud has to stop.
This idea that we all live on one relatively small planet in a huge sea of space.
And now they're going to go ahead and reconfirm that for you to make you feel insignificant. Like I told you, they're going to reconfirm, reestablish a fact. They want you to believe it as fact that you live on a little speck of dust in the middle of nowhere.
And in so doing, change how we see our place in the universe.
There you go. That's where they say you live. Better believe them. You know, better believe them, right? Unbelievable. Fraud, pure fraud. Everything's fisheye. Okay? Nothing but fraud, and every image you see in this video is nothing but fraud.
Is excited about it, which is unfortunate. I've been told that when you see the Earth floating as a ball in space with the atmosphere.
Okay? And then they throw in that little perspective Easter egg for you. You know what I mean? That logo
of space travel. I think
666
within
style.
our lifetime, we'll see humanity put settlements on the moon.
Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share this video with you and get you ahead of this whole thing before anybody decides to put out some videos saying that they went up in worldview and saw some curvature. Well, you know how they saw that curvature. More fisheye. Okay, this video was nothing but a bunch of propaganda, but it's funny at the same time. It's very funny because it just seems like a direct response to all of our efforts. So I wanted to share that one with you guys. I'll see you in the next video, man.
Who am I? I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth. The unsilent majority. The unsilent majority. Who am I? I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth. The unsilent majority. Who am I? I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth. The unsilent majority. Unsilent majority, big mouth. The unsilent majority. Who am I? I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth. The unsilent majority. The unsilent majority. Who am I? I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth. The unsilent majority. Who am I?
They don't want to cover this worldview. They want to take people to the edge of space, huh? I see this particular program as a direct response against flat Earth research, against the questioning of the ball Earth fraud. Okay, check this out. Wait till you see this. I looked at this program. They've been talking about this for a while. This was published October 20th.
The unsilent majority, big mouth. The unsilent majority. Who am I? I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth. The unsilent majority.
What's up, guys? Unsilent Majority TV, back again with another video. 13, they were talking about this. They want to take you up in this capsule. All right, $75,000 to give you an outer space view. So they've been talking about this for a while. Okay. Now, I saw a Mashable video today, and it decided, hey man, I got to cover this because I could see a response. To me, this looks like a direct response to all of our efforts. So check this out. Wait till you see this, man.
10, 9. We have ignition sequence start. Engines on. 5, 4, 3, 2. All engines.
Human reaction for the first time we do everything is always amazement. The whole planet stops and everybody gazes upward. It was like that when John Glenn flew the first moonshots. They got everybody's attention. Apollo 11 was amazing. Apollo 12, some people watched.